And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Holy shit! Jesus!
We're
Look
looking
at that.
different things.
President Trump, the cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations. Would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico?
Of course.
To take them out?
Could happen. Stranger things have happened.
Mr. President.
And stranger things have happened.
Sir, can we expect ICE raids starting tomorrow in major cities?
I don't want to say when, but it's going to happen.
This is actually an executive order designating the cartels and other organizations to be foreign terrorist organizations.
Jesus.
That's a big one.
This is an executive.
Just said Mexico doesn't want that. How are you going to deal with this?
I don't know. You'll have to ask them.
Sir, this is an executive order entitled Protecting the American People Against Invasion, which again deals with the southern border and the unprecedented admission of illegal aliens across the southern border.
President Trump, did President Biden leave you a letter?
He may have. What? Don't they leave it in the desk? I don't know.
Oh.
What's in there?
Thank you, Peter. It could have been years before we found this. Wow. Thank you. Maybe we should all read it together.
Let's read it.
Well, maybe I'll read it first and then make that
That sounds
determination.
great. Happy to help with
47.
President Trump, you and your members of your team now used to warn about the dangers of TikTok spying on Americans.
Yeah.
What changed that you're not worried about that?
They started voting for
Well,
you.
it depends on the deal. I mean, I may not do the deal or I may do the deal. TikTok is worthless if I don't approve it. If I do the deal, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. $1 trillion. So if I do the deal I'm talking about doing it for the United States. If I do the deal for the United States, I think we should get half. So I think like a joint venture, I think we would have a joint venture with the people from TikTok. Does Biden ever do news conferences like this? How many news conferences, Peter, has he done like this?
Like this?
None.
0.
And it would be 0 for the next infinity. For infinity, it would be 0.
And you talked a bit about...
Is it anything these drones? Is it anything that people need to be worried
No, I think
about?
it's terrible. I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of...
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie?
Wait, he's just going to find out what the drones are right now?
I don't know why they
What the
wouldn't
fuck are these
say what it
drones?
was.
The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The second item, President Trump, is a regulatory freeze, as you announced in your speech, preventing bureaucrats from issuing any more regulations until we have full control of this, the government and this administration. Thank you, sir.
Sir, can I have a pen?
The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories, again, until full control of the government is achieved and we understand the objectives of government going forward.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Sir, the next item, as you announced in your speech, is a requirement that federal workers return to full-time in-person work immediately. Thank you, sir. Next, we have a directive to every department and agency in the federal government to address the cost of living crisis that has cost Americans so dearly.
I could never keep me up, and they telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never.
Thank you, sir. The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty. Yes, sir. We're going to save over $1 trillion by withdrawing from that treaty. And the next item, sir, is a letter that will be transmitted to the United Nations explaining that we are withdrawing from the Paris Climate Treaty. Thank you, sir. This next item is a directive to the federal government ordering the restoration of freedom of speech and preventing government censorship of free speech going forward. And lastly, sir, before we go back to the Oval Office to sign a large number of other items, is a directive to the federal government ending the weaponization of government against the political adversaries of the previous administration, as we've seen. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.